Sam? Roy.
Our story starts in the little city of Pogar in the Russian Ukraine in 1895.
Enough for today, my boy. Now come here, my child. I've sincerely tried to teach you violin, piano, cello, trumpet, clarinet, tuba, bass, and may God forgive me the zither. You have all the ingredients to make a good musician except one thing. That's talent. Here. Here is the money your father gave me. Give it back to him. I haven't earned it. I've taught you nothing. Resign yourself to being a member of the audience. Remember, for everyone who plays, there must be thousands to listen. Hey, wait! Wait! Saul! You forgot your music roll!
And this is St. Petersburg, 14 years later in the year 1910. And Saul Hurok is now in the hardware business.
Ах ты, Саша моя, Саша, миллионная моя, красавица ты наша, без тебя жизнь не мирна. Вдоль по улице широкой Ваня миленько идет, ветер кудри развивает, Ваня песенку поет.
Miss, you are here more than 1 year, during which time you have done all your possible to turn this hardware store into a music hall. A music hall! When I want knives, you are bringing me forks, tuning forks. Stop it! Come with me, Solomon Solomonovich. I want to talk to you further alone. Emma.
What happened? Did you discharge him?
Of course not. Why should he discharge me? He gave me a lecture like he always does, and then I said, you don't really mean it, do you, Mr. Pebblecroft? And he said, of course not. And then we embraced, and that's all there is to it.
Sorry, let me look at you. Are you sure you're not worried about anything?
Of course not. Why should I be worried? Would I be taking you to the opera if I was? Look,
Oh, it's good now. We shall help him?
we'll show you out.
Meals, Mr. Shalyapin.
to strach niewolny. Złowieszczym przedczувствием sковало mnie сердце. О, праведник, о, мой Отец державный, воззри с небес на слезы верных слуг, и ниспошлите мне священное на власть благословение. вечер поклонимся отчиющим властителям Руси. Потом пивать народ на пир. Стеха двоер, станица гослепат. Вольный вход. Гости дорогие. Ясно мне, ужель века не заболит? Обремените, я еще.
Darling, he was gone.
No. Nowhere in this whole wide world is there another voice like Shaliatin's.
I know, dear Benson, but he was gone. Besides, we have to work tomorrow.
You have to work. It was wrong of me to keep you up so late.
He fired you?
I quit before he fired me.
Why didn't you tell me?
Why should I spoil your evening?
Oh, darling.
Somewhere, somehow, there must be a place for me in this world of music. Emma, wait for me outside.
Where are you going?
There's someone I must see.
Oh, Sal, your hat and coat.
But please, we must let him take his makeup off. Duchess is completely exhausted. I apologize. Very kind of you to... Au revoir, monsieur. Thank you. Au revoir. Thanks again. Thank you very much. Bonne nuit, monsieur. Good night. Good night. Thanks.
Champagne, Prager, and be quick.
To the great success of your tour, Fyodor Ivanovich. It is already, I may say, an assured triumph. The cities of Europe await you with open arms. Paris, Berlin, London.
Cancel the tour. Cancel the tour, Prager. I am going to America. Yes, despite your ridiculous objection, I decided to go to America again.
But Fyodor Ivanovich...
Enough, Prager. Yes, I know what you're thinking. You're remembering that once I sang in America, it was a disaster. Those critics. Those ignorant American critics. Do you know what the New York Times said about me? That I was... It's too painful. Too painful. To say such things about me. You have sung before the crowned heads of the world. Oh, I'll never have a good night's sleep until I make them eat their words. I will go to America again.
Fyodor Ivanovich, I agree. You should go back to America again and make those barbarians eat their words. But in a little while, right now Berlin is clamoring for you. London, a king's ransom they pay for your appearance. And Paris, Fyodor Ivanovich, I beg of you, continue the tour. And then, if you wish to go to America again...
All right, Prager. I will continue the tour. But next year we shall definitely go to America.
Right.
Fyodor Ivanovich is busy.
Let him speak. Who are you?
My name is Saul Urich. I heard you sing tonight. I sat in the gallery as I always do, and when it was over, suddenly it came to me that you should sing in America.
Oh.
What you could bring to those people in America, you would have success beyond belief.
Are you aware, young man, that I have already been to America? And the critics
crucify me, you idiots.
All the more reason for you to go back. Is a great artist like you going to deprive the American audiences of your glorious voice just because of a few dissenting fools? Go back there. Sing as only you can sing, and you'll have both the critics and audience groveling at your feet.
You really think so? You, always trying to discourage me. Listen to this young man. You always book me with the same audience year after year instead of letting the whole world hear my voice. I will finish this tour and then I will go to America. You have connections there?
With your name to back me up, I can open any door.
Good. You are now my American manager. Good luck to you and good night.
Good night, and thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Stop! Stop! Stop!
Emma, wait till you hear what's happening.
What?
I'm going to America. Shaliapin's made me his American manager. I told you there was a place for me in this world of music, and now I found it.
I don't understand. Why should he take you, a stranger, to be his manager in the country so far away?
Emma, who can explain the mind of a genius, of a man to whom God has given so great a voice?
When will you be going?
As soon as I can,
How will you get the money?
I'll get it somehow, somewhere.
I'll miss you, Sal, very much.
It won't be long, believe me. As soon as I've arranged Shaliapin's first concert, I'll send for you.
Now a word from...
Good morning, Mr. Gomez.
Is any milk for me?
Nothing.
The postman will bring some more mail, Mr. Uri.
I can tell you what in that, too. Nothing. The same as what you have paid me for your rent. Yurok, how many letters have you written to Shaliapin?
I don't know, 70, maybe 80.
And how many letters has Shaliapin written to you? I've got the figures right here in my head. None, zero, Guzek.
What is it, does he mean? Maybe he's on tour. But more than likely, it's that manager of his in St. Petersburg. It wouldn't surprise me if he's concealing my letters from the maestro. Confidential, I think he's jealous of me.
Confidential? Why should he be jealous of a trolley car conductor?
Don't belittle it. You remember your John D. Rockefeller started with only one oil well.
I ask for my rent and he gives me Rockefeller.
You'll get your rent, Mr. Golda, believe me. One of my letters will get through to Shaliapin. Then you'll see. Posters and billboards everywhere. S. Yurak presents Fyodor Shaliapin. All seats sold out.
That you can get so many of these hard-working people to come to a concert.
Why not? They're enjoying it, aren't they? Can you find a better audience than that at the Carnegie Hall or the Metropolitan? Look at them. They hear beautiful music and they appreciate it. Someday, somehow, I'll find a way to bring them concerts, recitals, opera, ballet, the best and finest in the whole world. They'll come and they'll love it.
You really believe that, don't you?
Betting my life on it.
Mr. Euro, just came to the house after you left. I was so excited about it, the concert, I forgot to give it to you.
Well, open it. Maybe it's bad news. Leaving on SS Mauritania, arriving New York May 1st, love.
Shaliapin.
Emma.
Emma! You know my Emma? My fiancée? She's coming! She's coming!
Another mouth to feed.
The first piece is for the bride. And the second is for the groom.
Oh, Hugh, I almost forgot. A little present I have for both of you.
2 tickets for the Hippodrome. For tonight. Emma, is no wonder.
In all the excitement, you haven't told me about your job.
Well, I wrote you.
Yes, you say you have to travel a great deal, and that the company gave you your own car.
Well, that's true.
What kind of a job is it?
It's sort of a conductor.
A conductor? With an orchestra? Oh, Saul, it's wonderful. What of Shaliapin?
Shaliapin. It's not easy to arrange a tour for a man like Shaliapin. Lots of difficulties. Naturally, I hear from him all the time. Oh, I have no one. There's something I must do.
What is it? Something wrong?
No, I just got a wonderful idea. There's someone I must talk to. When the show's over, wait for me in the lobby.
But Saul, this is our wedding night.
Emma, darling, believe me, I won't be a minute.
Hear a rooster crow. No doubt you often wondered why he's wakened by his morning cry. The truth, yes, the truth you ought to know. Each day at dawning, the call so shrill. He left us back from the neighboring hill. I asked the captain.
Good evening, Mr. Dillingham. Hold on there, mister.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dillingham. Madame Pavlova can see no one. After the performance, she must rest. You will excuse me, I must be with Madame. I'm sorry, sir. Madame can't see anyone.
I don't want to see Madame Pavlova. I only want her to have this message. Tell her my heart is bowed down with sadness to see the great Pavlova on the same stage with elephants. Tell her it is a crime against art to see her dance under these circumstances. Tell her it is a desecration of ballet to follow not only elephants but trained seals and acrobats.
What is this? Who are you?
A patron of the arts. A man who appreciates your genius. One whose head is bowed down to see you in these surroundings. Madame, I had to see you. You're all alone here. You need someone to advise and to help you.
Yes, I heard your advice. You're very critical.
Can I help you? When I see pure great art forced to compete with trained animals, can I stand aside and do nothing?
What would you do?
I want to take over your tour.
With my contract with Mr. Dillingham.
A scrap of paper. I'll buy it. In my hands, Madame, you will receive the treatment of a goddess. I'll scour the ends of the earth to assemble the greatest company in the history of ballet. Conductors, composers, choreographers, designers. I'll collect the genius of the earth and lay it at your feet. That's what I'll do for you, Madame.
I'm very honored. Have you any idea how much such a company would cost?
Let it be the wealth of Asia. You deserve it and more.
And you would spend so much on my tour?
I would spend all I have. Right now I have nothing, but as soon as I have your signature on a contract,
You have nothing?
Not a penny. But what does that matter? I'll provide every single thing I've promised.
And you can come here and criticize at the top of your voice?
But, Madame, what is money compared to the artistic instinct?
Excuse me, please, but I must finish dressing.
Oh, but please, Madame, I must speak to you further. Madame, there's more I want to tell you. Please, Madame, listen to me. Emma, it's me. I'm sorry I was so late. Emma, darling, it's me.
Go away.
I'll never do it again.
I don't want to see you. Go away.
You're right. I know I've been a disappointment to you. Been a disappointment to myself, too. I'm no good. And tonight on our wedding night, I lied to you. I lied to you about everything. It's true, the company I work for gave me a car. But it's a trolley car. And I run it up and down 125th Street. That's where I'm a conductor. I haven't heard from Chelyabinsk since I got here. He's even bigger liar than I am. Tonight when I should have been with you, I was backstage, lying my head off to Pablo. She's smart. She kicked me out. You do the same, Emma. You'd be right.
Oh, son, don't talk like that. How can I live without you? Only from now on, if you must lie to somebody, lie to me, not to ballet dancers.
Yarok, this just came for you.
What is it?
It's probably from Toscanini or John Philip Sousa, wanting you to manage them. And they wait until morning.
What is it? What is it from whom?
No, it's nothing. Congratulations.
Shayape.
I've given up all that nonsense. I know a good job that's open in a hardware store. Tear it up.
Saab, do you think you could be happy in the hardware business now?
Why not? And anyway, who's got money to go jumping off to Paris all of a sudden? It's crazy.
Crazy or not, you've got to do it. Don't worry about the money.
Them?
This is your life. This is what you dreamed about. And you're not the type of man to give up a dream. That's why I love you so much. Of course you'll go. We'll get the money somehow. Somewhere.
My fondest dream is to come true, to arrange your American tour.
Oh, my dear friend, I wouldn't go back to America if they gave me America. Do you know what happened to me in America? Do you know what the New York Times said about me? That I was... Oh, it's too painful, too painful.
But sir, why did you send for me? Why?
I made a visit with Nikolai. I was convinced that the man who was fool enough to write me 18 letters without a reply would also come all the way to Paris to see me. As usual, I was right.
You brought me all the way to Paris on a bed?
Oh, don't worry, my friend. All your expenses will be paid. Both ways. They say travel is broadening. This trip should certainly teach you a lesson. Don't worry, don't worry. Sit down, sit down. Have a glass of wine. Yes. Paris is a beautiful city. Here you can see the Louvre, the Eiffel Tower, me.
President, that young man is here. Gregor, you promised to hear him sing.
I am too busy now. Can't you see I am with my American manager? Wait. Show him in. Show him in. Yurok, your trip is not in vain. As my American manager, I shall turn over to you a great attraction. Behold, one of the outstanding singers of our time, my pupil and my protege, an artist of the best caliber, Gregory Lawrence, Gregory Lawrence. I'll give you my own American manager, Mr. Yurok. Gilles, my protege, will you play for him?
I will be glad too, my dear young sir. Thank you. I will sing Martinata.
Splendid, splendid. Only let's get started.
La rana di bianco vestita, dall'uscio di schiudi al gran sol, di già con le rose sue dita, carezza di fiori lo stuol. Amato dei premi Torcano, intorno è criato scappar, e tu non ti desti e di mano mi scoppi dolenti a cantor. Metti anche tu la veste bianca e schiude l'occhio al tuo cantare. Non sei la luce manca, ove tu sei, nasce l'amor. Metti anche tu la veste bianca e schiude l'occhio al tuo cantare. Non sai la luce manca, ove tu sei, ove tu sei, nasce l'amor.
Bravo, bravo, Nikolai, so why. We must have a celebration. A toast to my American manager and to my American protege. Good luck, and my warmest wishes. Oh, your check. I think this will cover everything. Again, good luck to both of you. Have a glass of wine.
You're a fine young singer. You need someone with resources and ability to give you a start. I'm not Chelyapin's American manager. I'm nobody's manager anywhere.
We start even. I'm not his pupil and protege. He never even heard me sing until this afternoon, although he's been promising for months to listen to me. I'm the doorman at this hotel.
I wondered what army you were in.
The same as you, the army of the unwanted. I'm depending on you to get me out of it.
No, not me. I'm going back to New York. I'm going back to the hardware business where I belong.
Oh, but you can't. Chelyapin himself selected you as my manager. He'd be furious with me if I changed. I put myself in your hands.
But why? Why me?
Any man who lacks money and tears up a check has integrity, daring, imagination. Those are the things a good manager needs. And I need a good manager.
But I'm leaving. I have no money, only a third-class ticket back to New York.
I shall accompany you.
You have the fare?
Not a penny. My only assets are a voice and my manager.
Gregory, in you I've made a great discovery. A man as crazy as I am.
Aha, my protege.
What are you doing in there?
Have you seen my cabinet? It's the size of a small trunk, and I'm sharing it with 3 Lithuanian acrobats.
Listen, you know who's at the concert tonight? Eugene Izai, the great Belgian violinist. One of the greatest in the world.
Yes, but he's playing up there in the first class. As far as I'm concerned, he might as well be playing in the Eiffel Tower.
Another thing, I hear Mr. Izai has no concerts booked in America. He's going for a vacation and to make some phonograph recordings.
Really? If only I could get to the concert.
I know a private way into first class.
If I had evening clothes, it'd be easy.
I've become quite friendly with the ship's tailor.
Gregory?
From now on, you are my manager. Excuse me, Mr. Izai?
Yes?
Aren't you playing tonight?
Yes, I'm playing, but I'm not dressing. My evening clothes have disappeared.
Oh, that's awful. That's terrible.
Well, I suppose I can play just as badly in a tweed coat. Without evening clothes, it's like going to a wedding in a bathing suit.
Mr. Izai, I have an idea. Why don't you wear my clothes?
Oh, no, I couldn't do that.
I'm sure they'll fit you. In fact, I'm positive. They've outgrown me.
Well, it's very kind of you, but I couldn't allow you to. No, but I seems to fit me better than it didn't fit you. You must have lost a great deal of weight recently.
Very recently.
And what a coincidence that we should both have received the exact same decorations.
Please, Mr. Zion.
I must go in a moment. Please wait till I return.
Yes, but I want...
Please. When I was a small boy, I borrowed from my father's pants pockets to go to a concert. Evidently, we have a lot in common. This time, it's my turn to insist. Come in.
Excuse me, sir. I just dropped by to see if you wanted to rehearse before the concert.
Oh, that's an excellent idea. I should certainly like to warm up a bit before the concert. You don't mind, do you? Good. Oh, this is Mr. Grosh, my accomplice, Mr.
Yurek, yes,
Mr.
Yurek.
Mr. Grosh. Now, Mr. Hurok, what would you like to hear me play?
Something of Sarasatis, perhaps?
Sigourney-Weisen?
One of my favorites.
Good. It's getting a bit late. We only have a few minutes before the concert. We can play a little of it. Please sit down.
So, Mr. Durock.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
My pleasure, my boy, my pleasure. Come in. Mr. Isai, the purser sends his compliments, and he's asked me to let you know they're waiting. Oh, coming. And steward, please double my supper order for tonight after the concert. Mr. Durock, you will eat with me. Oh, please. No, I insist. Come, Mr. Gross, it's getting a little late.
What are you doing here in Mr. Isai's suite? I'm not only in his suite, I was also in his suit. Idiot. I had to give back Mr. Isai his suit. Go get another one for me, quick.
All right, but get out of here as soon as you can.
Get out. I've been invited for supper. Oh, Shelyapin, what the chase he led me. First to America, then to Europe again. Still ungrateful. If it hadn't been for him, I might not have come to America. What a country. What a people. I'm not the one to tell you this, but in a little out-of-the-way settlement house, I put on some concerts. Not with great artists, but with talented students. You should see that audience. What love of beauty. What respect for the artist.
I've played but little in America. Perhaps it was wrong on me.
Do you know what you should do? You should play the Hippodrome, even if the seats are cheaper. Not Carnegie Hall or the Metropolitan. The Hippodrome is tremendous. You'd attract a giant audience. And then for advertising, posters and handbills in the language the melting pot understands. They'll come, Mr. Isaac. Believe me, they'll come. Working men and shopkeepers. Some of them don't go to concerts now because they're ashamed of their shabby clothes or because they can't make an extra trip downtown to buy the tickets in advance. Some can't climb to the top of the gallery. The only seats they can afford to sit in. But they love music. It's a great audience.
The Hurock audience?
Someday, somehow, I'll make it happen.
If I take the Hippodrome, Mr. Hurock, can you handle the rest of it? It would be an honor to play for a Hurock audience. Well, is it agreed?
Please, Mr. Isai, you must understand me. I'm unknown, nobody. You'd be taking great risk.
You make the concert sound exciting. I like that. I'll take a gamble on you.
Loses his newest star to Uncle Sam. Gregory Lawrence stepped out of the role of Pinkerton in Madame Butterfly last night to volunteer for military service.
Sorry, you're not even listening to me.
Emma, did you see this? Maybe he'll listen to me now. The war's bound to be over soon. Things are bad in Russia. There's trouble inside. What about the company I could build around? Only my head showing up.
He'll keep riding to it. Someday you will have him. Be a lucky day for him.
And with your faith in me, I'm bound to get him.
Nikolai! Nikolai, listen to this. That madman Europe again. He's still right? Oh, more than ever. He must have an interest in his stamp company. Now he's trying to frighten me into coming to America. Listen. Furthermore, Excellency, everyone knows of the terrible trouble in Russia. There may be further outbreaks of violence and bloodshed. What do you think of that?
I think you should answer him.
Answer him? What for? Here I am in my own house in Russia. Is there violence and bloodshed? Nikolai, take a letter to West Europe.
Still celebrating. Now we shall celebrate.
I think Mr. Yurok is looking for me. I'm scared.
Don't be. I'm sure the critics will love you.
Why should you be scared with a manager like me? Hurek is naturally also an associate.
Ladies and gentlemen, my friends, I've asked you here tonight to celebrate with my wife and me. First, we're celebrating the end of this terrible war. May there never be another one. Next, we want to say goodbye. Emma and I are going on a vacation, our first. Maybe I should say a honeymoon. And last, with an eye to business, I want to present to you a young American soprano who's recently come under my management and who will soon make her New York debut. Miss Elsa Valdin.
I will sing Sempre Libera from the first act of La Traviata by Verdi.
Dio colleggiare di gioia in gioia, o che storti per Dio dai sentieri del piacere. Nasca il giorno muoia, sempre gli anni ritrovi. Sempre nuovi separa il mio pensiero.
Gregory, how are you?
Wonderful.
Well, I think that's pretty right. Would you play the duet with Madame Butterfly, please? Look and see us in the hall.
Gregory!
There is a friend of mine outside I want you to meet. I'm sure you will be very happily surprised. It's just for you. No, I want you to wait right here.
Le sa quella delle parole che appagano gli ardenti di Dio.
I'm Gregory Lawrence.
Hello. I'm Elsa Valdez.
Congratulations.
Gregory, it was Gregory. Why didn't you tell us? We would have arranged something special.
I think you did just fine.
I'm sorry, sir. Someone has been phoning from the U.S. Immigration Office. I tried to tell them you couldn't be disturbed.
Who was it?
I couldn't catch his name, sir. It sounded like Charlie someone.
Charlie? Do you know any Charlie from the U.S. Immigration Office?
I think his last name was Hoppin.
Charlie Hoppin? Charlie Hoppin.
Charlie Hoppin. Saul is here. Saul, your hat and coat.
Emma, make my excuses to the guests. Tell them I was called away unexpectedly, but I'll be right back.
Well, there goes our honeymoon.
Crazy world, Ferdinand.
Look at me. Whose clothes were made by the Tsar's own tailor, who rode in the handmade carriage, who lived in a palace.
It's warmer than Siberia.
Nikolai, please. If there's one thing I cannot stand, it's a Russian philosopher. Hey, you there. This is an outrage. I demand we'll be allowed to leave immediately.
Take it easy, mister. You say you lost your wallet, your money identification papers, eh? Well, maybe you have and maybe you haven't. But we gotta have proof that you can support yourself, that you can get along here. Why, we don't even know who you are.
Have you ever heard of Fyodor Shaliapin?
No.
Barbarian.
Have you ever heard of Ty Cobb?
No.
And the same to you, kid, and many others.
Fyodor Ivanich, what a joy it is to see you.
Here I am, you and your letters. I hold you personally responsible, Europe, for this embarrassment.
It'll only be a moment. I've made every arrangement for you to accompany me. All you have to do is sign this, and it is concluded.
What is this?
A contract between us, a mere formality.
Formality? This is for 10 years.
A year, 10 years, 20 years. What is time?
More philosopher. We can discuss the contract later on. No doubt something satisfactory can be arranged. Come, Nikolai.
I'm sorry, Maestro, but it must be now or never. I've booked a suite for you at the Waldorf Astoria, the presidential suite. A barber, a tailor, a masseur await you there. I've also taken the liberty of ordering some supper. Simple affair, fresh caviar, some champagne. I've also asked the Free American Press to interview you.
An hour late already. You know what this means. Overtime.
But he's a great artist. He's like a child. Time means nothing to him.
And money means less. Since I met Shaliapin, I understand why even the Tsar was finally bankrupt. Did you ever see such bills? The scenery, the props, the costumes. To sing in Faust, he has to have a solid gold sword.
Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Your Honor. It was such a pleasant day, I went for a long walk in the park. I hope the rehearsal wasn't delayed.
A couple of hours is nothing. What is time?
What is overtime?
And what, may I ask, is this curious substance?
Your cloak.
Indeed. May I point out that I am playing His Satanic Majesty and not, as you seem to believe, the king of the rat pickers.
Ah, the finest velvet. $14 a yard.
And this? Something you did yourself?
Leave everything to me, my dear Maestro. It's late. Let's get on with the rehearsal.
Yes, the rehearsal, by all means. Why are we standing around? Let us rehearse.
Don't be unhappy, Golder. He's a great artist. He doesn't understand about money.
No. But his salary has to be paid